after the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Yellow. Check. Walk 54. Okay, we got to get this.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Danielle Hunter in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now here's Mahomes. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Yellow.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 24.
Check 52. Attack.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
They start the drive with Cook. And an alley to run. And they work with this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Taking it about the 16. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Jim. Lucky 48. Mike 50, huh? Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, can't. Screaming. Safety's creeping. Kill.
They'll run with Cook. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, no, easy.
Now Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Take it. Check. Check. 25. Check 25. Recon, 132 fight.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Room past the 20. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 31 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 31 yards. First down, San Francisco.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I got you, pump. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I don't listen. Lucky.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Dan Bailey to kick off
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38, Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Matthews, the intended target.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing is Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd down.
Get ready, wide. Mike's 50,
From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 75 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point try by Bailey. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. And they've got it 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
13 yards. And the 49ers 1st down.
Yellow. You're not ready. You're not ready. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On first down, Mahomes rolling to his right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Big stop, Hugh. Big stop. Let's go.
Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Niners 21, Vikings 14. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Cousins. Wide open, it's Marshall complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Cousins. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
And that's a great example of skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check 4, check 4. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Danny.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
You don't want no
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ben Gideon showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One. Hey, we're good, we're good. Check 50, check 50.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Cousins to throw it. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 39, Mahomes. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
On third down, Barkley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Cousins now. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7, Malcolm Smith. And that may do it for this this NFC title game. Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set them up with golden field position. And they take a knee.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, they're scared.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Mahomes on the keeper.
So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough, because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve to come back and do it again, because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl. Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left.